Hi. It is November 13th, 2009, and today at school I found it was to write Love on Her Arms Day, and I was really curious about this, so I looked into it a little bit, and I found out it's kind of like a movement slash organization type thing, and I'm not sure if today is really national to write Love on Her Arms Day. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I found out a little bit about the organization. I thought it was a pretty good cause, and I thought I'd talk about it a little bit. Um, well, from what I understand, it is because this girl several years ago had either tried or had committed suicide. I heard a couple different things, and um, I did go to the actual website, but they didn't have too much on it. So, but it was about this girl who either committed suicide or tried to commit suicide or something like that. But then she like she tried to commit suicide. So that's a pretty bad thing. So they found out that people that she did this because people were like being mean to her. No one loved her. No one cared about her. So today, from my understanding, is National To Write Love on Her Arms Day, which is to remind people that even if they don't always feel love, they always have love. Like I wrote love on my arm today. Can't see it's right there. Love. I decorated it a lot, so um, I actually didn't do my research as they said I was supposed to, but I just did my arm. And I never write on my arms, but it sounded like such a good cause to me, and it's not like people are donating money for it. It's more like a statement type thing. So I definitely recommend you guys or whoever's watching this looking more into it because I think it's an amazing thing because a lot of people don't always feel like they're being loved. So part of the reason I'm making this video is to remind people that even if you don't think about things, little things can make people feel really bad about themselves or really good about themselves. Like if you're standing there near someone and you're like, oh, no one loves you, no one cares about you, that can hurt. That can really hurt more than you know. Because some people, at the age of 13, 14, around my age right now, are going through things that some of you would never imagine. Parents doing drugs. Okay, some people are like, oh, that's okay. No, it can hurt. And parents, a lot of times parents who do drugs are also parents who aren't there. So if you're telling someone that's borderline suicidal or is suicidal that no one cares about them, you could be that trigger that leads to them committing suicide. And you do not want to live the rest of your life knowing that you caused someone suicide. And also with the little things can make people feel good. It's like, oh, I like your hair, I like your sweatshirt. That can make people feel good. And so just say like little compliments like that sometimes to people, and it can make them somebody who's feeling really suckish about themselves feel a heck of a lot better. So little things you do and little things you say, especially like I'm not trying to say that like unpopular people, what you say means a lot too. But if you're like one of the like really popular students at your school, and you see a student who's kind of a misfit, and you can tell that isn't really social, just say something nice to them. It might make them feel better about themselves. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give a few examples of things to look for in a suicidal peer. Okay, the first thing is change in appearance. If they get a sudden new haircut, change their makeup, start dressing totally different, that's a sign to look for that maybe they're suicidal. Sec- the second thing to look for is giving away their things. Like if they're giving away, you see them giving away their $250 iPod. That's that might like you wouldn't think, but that might be a sign of suicide. Um, a third sign is isolation, not talking to anyone else, isolating themselves. Um, like people like me who are pretty loud and outspoken, not talking to anyone. If you notice something like that, that could be a sign. And I know a lot of people don't think about it, but if you notice something like that, it might not be a bad idea to just check into it. Be a friend to that person. So I'm making this video to let everyone know someone cares about you, and if you're borderline suicide, someone cares about you. And if people who aren't borderline suicide, there might be someone out there that you can let them know that you care about them. And I know this sounds so cheesy because I probably like live on the opposite side of the country or world from you, but like I care. I care about everyone, and just so you know, someone cares, and there is someone out there that understands. And if you don't know that, just ask around, because someone out there cares and someone loves you. Even if it's like people are like, oh, the only person that loves you is your mom. That's obnoxious. That's another thing that you shouldn't say to people because it can hurt. It's like not even your mom loves you. Yeah, my mom is a drug addict in alley. So well, my mom isn't personally, but what if someone's mom is? What if you're like, oh your mom hates you? What if someone's mom isn't there for them? That can make them feel really bad about themselves. There's this girl, she doesn't go to my school anymore. This one kid said, he's like, your mom's a stripper. Well, guess what? Her mom was a stripper. Do you think that made her feel good about herself? No, it didn't. It made her feel bad about herself. It didn't drive her to suicide, but it did drive her to tears. That hurt her. And people will say to others, no one cares about you, things like that. That can hurt. That can hurt a lot. You have no clue. A lot of people, maybe some people do, but the effect of what you say can have on people. If you insult someone like, oh, you're gay. Okay, gay is my pet peeve here. Gay and retarded. Retarded, first of all, I believe it's MA. It's when your IQ is 2 standard deviations below average IQ. That's MA, and that's below 70. And gay, some people actually are gay. So that's not a very good insult. Just don't use it. So on this, November 13th, Write Love on Your Arms Day, I'm just reminding everyone that there's someone out there that loves you, even if you don't think that